ladies and gentlemen, and patrons in particular. Look at me, making more videos. Hi. Hopefully this is quieter, easier to listen to than driving in the Corolla. I'm in this Crosstrek, ye old daily driver, on my way down south, visiting the girlfriend, and it's 2 p.m. on a Monday, and the traffic, I tell you what, woo, that's something they missed in American Truck Simulator, is the round-the-clock traffic. Not even, like, making any sense with any sort of rush hours. It was going into the city, it was through the city, it's coming out of the city. There's not enough road and too many cars. But anyway, hi. The last vlog I uploaded unlisted on YouTube and posted it as a patron exclusive, just as kind of a last minute idea. I was just gonna upload that video as a video, but then I was just looking back at all the other vlogs, and it's interesting to have those things go up there, but they don't get anything like crazy views or anything like that. Even that's a little bit kind of surprising compared to like gaming, which I realize there's so much other gaming content out there on YouTube that I'm not surprised that they don't get more than a few thousand views, my non-Farlands or Bust videos. But like, I don't know how many other videos there are of somebody driving a 1977 Corolla, so like I thought maybe there would be some niche market there for viewership for any of those videos, but not really at all. So I decided, hey, now what if I just forget all that and make the vlogs patron exclusives? Not really to deny anybody else, any non-patrons, that content. I honestly don't think it's extremely special content. I mean, the things I talk about in these vlogs, I also talk about in Farlands or Bust. I also talk about on stream. I also talk about in the Ranwent Park podcast. I also talk about on Twitter and post pictures of things on Instagram. So there's many different ways for somebody to know the details of what I'm up to. I don't feel any one platform would be excluding anybody. Although you'll still have people who, I thought you lived in Illinois. They have no idea I've made 2 cross-country moves. So yeah, I figured that it's a good thing to try, and I'm trying it here. And this one I'm directly addressing patrons. It's something I tried once or twice back when I was moving from Phoenix to Seattle, but then I just got too overwhelmed with that whole process that I just stopped doing that with the vlogs directly to patrons. And I don't know, this is all kind of stemming from, I had a consultation with Patreon and a Patreon employee. It's something they're doing for creators. YouTube did a similar thing a few years ago. That was not very helpful. That was actually more like 5 or 6 years ago. But this one, they're supposed to basically went over like features that I didn't know existed, because I don't like keep up with all the announcements. Looking at statistics that aren't specifically available to you as a creator, but they have access to. Like the vast majority of my patrons, I think, like the average like duration you guys have been with me is like over a year. So the people who are left, sure, you have people who come and go, people who join to want to get on the Minecraft server and then realize that's not for them, so they leave, or perhaps they don't like that I'm not playing a certain game anymore or doing YouTube as much. But the vast majority of those who have survived are what I would consider the long-term Farlanders, long-term fans and things like that, and that's great. And I feel bad. Feel bad is the wrong word. I wish there was a way I could pay that back that doesn't involve like doing something new, like creating secret live streams for patrons or having in-person like meetings on Discord, which y'all know that is not my personality, but these are all things that like Patreon suggests and things like that. And the vlogs just seem like a natural thing because it's something I would like to do. Obviously, I keep buying external microphones and GoPros and things as if I'm going to do more vlogs, but then I end up not doing them because the incentive isn't there for me, because like I said, the YouTube views are kind of disappointing, and the content itself is kind of repetitive. So this is kind of a different, it's the same platform, it just is to a specific audience. And yes, sure, I've also noticed how the Patreon numbers have dropped and keep dropping. YouTube income is just no longer a thing. I tried for like the last month or so, I've tried putting ads on Farlands or Bust, which most of you guys were okay with, and I've seen no difference, despite the fact that Farlands episodes get 20-30,000 views each. I've seen no difference in the YouTube ad revenue income versus when I wasn't doing that. So I think I'm just going to stop doing that, since that's kind of what this Patreon is supposed to support. But yeah, I've noticed that the Patreon has gone down as well, which is, like, I'm fine, but it's concerning. I've mentioned this before. Money, money isn't a motivator. Like having more money, like back in the day, back in the 2013 YouTube years, when it was like people were...
There's a speed trap ahead.
There's a speed trap ahead. Haha, screw you, coppers. We got the lowdown. Sorry. Back when the boom was booming, before it busted, you know, if you put out 4 or 5 videos a day, yeah, you could start raking in the dough. You could start really raking in the dough. But there's a point where I was making a comfortable amount per month that I didn't want to do more, so I just kind of like chilled out and like relaxed, which was probably not good for the long term. But yeah, money isn't so much a motivator. A lack of money, however, a need of money is a motivator, and it would be nice to try to stem the losses on Patreon. Twitch is steady. That I know is a little bit more on me to keep streaming more frequently, despite all of what Twitch says for your health. Treat it like a normal job. Take breaks, take vacations. Haha. It would be nice to keep that 50-50 balance between Twitch and Patreon. And since I am streaming more, and the support for streaming comes from Twitch subs and tips and bits and things like that, I do feel like it might be an incentive for new people to join the Patreon community if I have something special here, just like the streams, the emotes, the Discord is special in the subtub on Twitch. I don't feel like, you know, really, the Patreon was funding Farlands or Bust, but that's out there anyway. That's out there for everybody, which it will remain and what I want it to be. But yeah, I figure like maybe these vlogs, it's less pressure to me also, knowing that it's not going up to the general YouTube populace. For those of you, like I said, most of you have been here for over a year of support. I'm assuming, since you've been giving me money this long, that you're not going to be mean to me in the comments, that you're not going to find all the flaws or realize that I haven't combed my beard, you know, or whatever. That guy's going bald, look how old he is, you know, those sort of comments that we get every now and again. So yeah, that takes that pressure off. So I just recorded and uploaded that vlog yesterday in the Corolla, And here I am, because I'm like, hey, this is a good idea, kind of motivated to make another one. And it's instead of keeping all these thoughts and plans in my head, it helps to get them out here in the atmosphere and hear your thoughts, maybe. And I know, like, everybody here is already a patron. Me doing more stuff for patrons isn't going to make you become a patron, because you already are a patron. So it's kind of the reasons for doing this are not dependent a lot on you merry few, your specific needs, because you're apparently, I'm assuming, your needs are being met because you haven't left yet. The people who have left felt like they were not getting out of Patreon what they were putting in. So I'm trying to put a little bit more in. Not a lot, though. It's a tough balance to achieve. Like I said, I want Farlands and all my other content to be why you support on Patreon. I don't want it to be the expectation of additional stuff, different stuff above and beyond that. To a degree, like, obviously, yeah, I wanna get more postcards out there. I would like to do something special for the higher tiers. I know I only really created like the $20 and the $40 tier on Patreon just because there were so many people supporting at that level already, and I wanted to, like, kind of put them y'alls in a category to kind of thank you first of all, and say, yeah, I mean, every amount is very helpful, but this is above and beyond, and I appreciate that. So I would like to... The heck? Sorry. This guy's yelling out of his car. He's got a U.S. government for official use only license plate, and he just stuck his head out the car and is, like, yelling at the guy in front. What a bunch of weirdos. Holy shit. This slowdown is plus 19 minutes. I'm gonna be on the road for 2 hours. So what I'm actually trying to fund is my own helicopter, so that I can avoid all of this nonsense. Good lord. Where was I? What was I talking about? So yeah, vlogs, Patreon exclusive vlogs. Yeah, maybe that's one way to kind of do something special for Patreon. I do need to revamp, like, just my page. Like, the video on my Patreon page is the 2017 Patreon update, and the text isn't current about Farlands or the charity work or anything like that. I'm not sure about the goals anymore. Obviously, one of the goals was Farlands or Bust is ad-free. We're experimenting with that. One of the other goals was the Farlands or Bust podcast. That exists and is a thing. I don't think if we fall below that, we're not gonna, like, oh, I'm gonna stop doing the podcast. So yeah, I don't even know if goals are necessary, other than, hello, my goal is to be able to live, afford rent, and keep doing this thing in the fullest time capacity. Ooh, it's a Subaru Baja. Once I'm done with the SVX, we'll start looking at Bajas and other weird, rare, and discontinued, failed Subaru experiments. No, maybe not. Sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, speaking of Subarus and weird Subarus, something like the SVX, when I do finally fix that to a point where I feel comfortable making a vlog, that I might make public. Because that might have, of course, I've been mistaken in the past, but that might have a niche market, and I might be able to clickbait that, like, I bought a 200,000 mile Subaru SVX. See what happens next. Find out what's wrong. That might have some sort of YouTube search engine audience that might find that sort of thing. But these things, you and I just shooting the shit, talking about Patreon, getting stuck in traffic. I feel like my estimated time of arrival keeps getting further and further away. I do have Juno in the back, by the way. She's bored as hell. She does very well in the car, though. I don't even think I need this little separator anymore. I do have a little seatbelt thing on her that would prevent her from jumping up front anyway, but that's beside the point. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, this is video number 2, so it's hard to say I have a complete data set to say whether or not this is good or bad. I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on my statistics to see if anybody actually joins, because they're like, hey, I would like to see these vlogs. I don't know. It's the whole thing is still very mysterious to me. Like I said, putting ads, pre-roll ads on the Far Lands or Bust episodes has gotten me nothing. We have like the most subscribers we've ever had on YouTube, which is weird. That has slowed down though. I don't know. I think is it that I don't understand either. I know I had some referrals, some like foreign language referrals and like Instagrams and YouTube channels that pointed people to Far Lands or Bust. I don't know if that's where the increase in subscribers came from, or if it was because I was uploading more of my stream VODs of weird random games. I don't know. It's all very confusing. Twitch makes a little bit more sense. Twitch is like stream more often, stream more predictably, get more subscribers, get more income, get more recognition, new viewers. So that's a little bit more cut and dry, even if it's not particularly healthy, particularly sensical. And the other stuff, whatever, Twitter, Instagram, that's just, those are just accoutrements, little side dishes to the main course of Kurt J. Mac content on the interwebs. But yeah, I definitely feel like doing these sorts of vlogs will help. It'll save me a lot on having to pay for therapy. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to therapy, but I'm also not going to like use this as therapy or super deep personal vlog stuff. I would like to do more hiking stuff. This new GoPro, didn't need to buy it, but and honestly, it's overall it's a worse GoPro. It has the image stabilization, which is very helpful, and it does color a lot better. All of my other previous action cameras and my previous GoPro have just been very blah and muted and compressed as far as the way the video looks, and I feel like this video looks a lot better without me needing to spend an hour in Adobe Premiere doing light curves and image stabilization by itself. But it still is, they've made it worse somehow. Let me tell you. Are you all sitting down? Are you ready for a long video? With the GoPro 7, first of all, there's the GoPro 7, there's the black, the silver, and the white. You only want to buy the black because the silver and the white do not have removable batteries, which is just dumb, amongst other things that features they've basically taken out of the top of the line one, and have removed from the lower level GoPro 7s. I don't understand how to get pictures and videos off the camera easily. I plugged it into my computer and it didn't recognize it. It's like there's nothing on this memory card. The only way I figured out how to do it for now is having the GoPro app on my phone. You connect the GoPro app to your GoPro, and then you have to download, you can look at the images, but they're still on your GoPro. You have to download those images and videos to the GoPro app. Now you may be thinking, well, now they're on your phone. No, they're not. From the GoPro app and the library on your GoPro app, not the GoPro, but the GoPro app, you then have to select your content and say specifically download these to my phone. Now they exist in your phone's media, photos, video library, which I think means they exist twice on your phone, taking twice as much space on your limited space on your phone. Then I could either plug my phone into my computer or let it back up to Google Photos, which takes forever, and then download on my PC from the website of Google Photos to my PC. That's the easiest way I've figured it out. And everybody else seems to be having this problem as well. The solution that GoPro suggests is get an SD card reader. It's not like, oh, do this, or oh, use this cord. You could also use the GoPro program on... Alright, that was funny. That was funny that we were complaining about the GoPro, and then the GoPro died. It overheated. Yeah, it's in the sunlight, but it overheated. Maybe they shouldn't have painted it black to absorb all the sun's rays. But anyway, I think that's my time to end this vlog, this patron-exclusive vlog. Let me know what you think. I don't know where. Most people don't hang out on Patreon, but in the comments on Patreon, in the comments on the video, they're unlisted. You can still comment there, or in the Patreon Discord or something. Again, I'm not looking for any specific advice or ideas. I'm just going to be trying this out for a little bit, and I'll let it ride, and I'll make those edits to the Patreon page and see how it goes. But yeah. Anyway, before this thing bursts into flames in my hands, thank you so much for all your support on Patreon and elsewhere, wherever you're at, and I'll see you next time. Woohoo! Right, Juno? Right, Juno? No? Juno? Nothing? Dog. Dog.